We are going live. We're live. Good
Can you
evening.
hear me?
I can
Can
hear
you
you.
hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just want to make sure
Okay.
that
Hi, Haley. Axe is still working on trying to get her picture up.
technical difficulties.
We have a voice. We have no picture. It's okay. She's going to be like a spook tonight, I guess.
I wonder if I have to leave and then come. Oh wait, no.
You want to leave?
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Beep.
Hello. Oh, there's Axe. Whew. I was worried.
I forgot to turn off my camera. That's what I forgot to do because I am a doofus and a part of me is just never mind. I'll be nice.
It's okay. Hi, Haley. How you doing tonight?
Haley.
I don't know who all we got out there tonight, but hello to everybody that's with us. So far,
Oh,
I
we
see
just
one.
started. We just started.
We did. We're like 2 minutes early. Hey, we're getting on the ball here. We're doing better.
You're not. No.
Yes, I am. Don't even go there. Yeah, I am. I did good. I did
Maybe.
good tonight. Uh,
My fingers are cold. I'm freezing.
well, do you want my gloves?
No.
Okay. I guess maybe I'm gonna have to turn the heat on.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I can't believe I just did that.
What you did now? What'd you
I
do?
exited out of two of our things.
Uh-oh. Pull them back up. What are the two?
I am. I'm pulling out now. Hold on. You can go ahead and get started because the one
Okay.
I told you, I don't know. Well, I don't know which one you're starting with,
We're
actually.
going to start with, as I said, tonight we're going to be talking about um, haunted hotels or inns. And the reason I picked this tonight is because Friday we joined a friend of ours, Raylene and I did, to celebrate their birthday. And we went up north here in New Hampshire to a place called uh, Mount Washington Resort, which is known for being haunted. It's been seen on Ghost Hunters, along with some other ghost hunting shows. So I wanted to check it out because I've never seen it. I've always wanted to go there. So we got to go there on Friday. And needless to say, it didn't disappoint. But we're not going to talk about that one first. We are going to start with the 1886 Crescent Hotel. It was also a spa type thing.
Ah,
Now,
okay.
you
All right. I
got
know.
that one?
And I have all of my things back now. We good.
And my understanding of this is, let's see, I forgot where it's at. I think it's in Arizona, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in Arizona. So the 1886 Crescent Hotel slash spa, uh, its history is tied to its various past lives, most notably its time as a fraudulent, now get this, it's fraudulent cancer hospital under
Ooh,
Norman Baker in the 1930s. So we're talking back in the 1930s, they were doing stuff like that.
that's crazy.
Um, and a former college for young women. It says many ghost stories are attributed to the tragic events during its construction and subsequent uses, leading to countless reports of apparitions, unexplained sounds, and other paranormal experiences from guests and paranormal investigators. Now, that's pretty bad that in the 1930s somebody decided, hey, let's make some money here, because it's during the 30s. That's like the depression. People didn't have a lot of money, and we're going to make a fraudulent cancer hospital. I mean, that's just downright wrong. So, what do you have on this, Axe?
So my history starts back in 1879,
Okay.
where it says that this particular, so for the earliest that they know of for
1879, you said?
1879, yeah, for the
Okay.
earliest years of Crescent Hotel, is that there was also another physician, Dr. Alva Jackson, who claimed that the springs around this hotel, the
Mhm.
mineral springs, healed his son's eye problem.
Yes, because it was called the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Hmm. And apparently, that news traveled, and there was a sudden influx of tourists, and that's actually how this hotel got its first like standing. Like the grand opening of the hotel was on May 20th, 1886, and 600 guests traveled from 6 different states because of
The
the supposed
springs.
news that they've heard of these springs and stuff like that being healing and all that kind of stuff.
I
It's
wonder
very
if I
interesting. It's
remember
very
correctly. I think the springs supposedly ran straight through
interesting.
this facility, if I remember correctly.
Crazy thing about this hotel, I don't know if anybody cares about like money and stuff like that, but the crazy thing about this hotel when it was built, and this was a lot of money back then, but to build this hotel, it was only, I say only because we know in today's dollars it's not that much. It was only 294,000, which
To
in
build it.
today's currency is over 10 million.
Right. Right.
That's a lot of money to build this hotel.
Well, I guess the very first, outside of what Dr. Baker, which I started with, did, I'm also seeing here that its haunted reputation includes reports of various ghosts like Michael, an Irish stonemason who fell to his death during the construction, as well as many other phenomena like ghostly footsteps and apparitions. So, right off the bat, during the building of this facility, somebody died. They fell to their death.
Damn.
It says a luxury hotel in college. It operated as a luxury hotel for decades before becoming a girls' college in 1908. So after being this hotel for a luxury hotel, it then switched to a college for young girls.
You know, I want to talk about how much of a shyster this Norman Baker was. This quote unquote doctor was.
Mhm.
So outside of like what he did with the supposed cancer things, there was actually a president that believed in his sham treatments.
Which president was that?
And that
Is it?
was President Herbert Hoover, who
Oh, yeah.
he actually got a meeting with with President Hoover.
Hmm.
And Hoover helped him publish the Midwest Free wait no the Midwest Free Press, a tabloid of sorts that also advertises his treatments.
Huh.
However, people apparently in this state learned of like the type of sham this person was, and as he ran for governor twice, governor of Iowa twice. Wait, no, he later ran for governor of Iowa and a U.S. Senate seat
You're talking
in
about
Iowa.
Baker.
Yeah, and
Oh
he
my
lost
goodness.
both elections because they
Well,
knew
good.
he was a sham.
He was a shyster.
Yep. However, that did not stop him from printing his news about cancer treatments. He continued to publish that, and I guess until the time of his death. But nobody technically believed them.
Hmm. I mean, it's wrong. You figure you got cancer patients that are going there, and I mean, I don't know how much treatment cost back in the 30s. Okay, we know what it costs today, and without insurance, a lot of people can't even get the treatment they need for cancer. And you got some shyster like this that's that's just defrauding people and making them think that if they pay the whatever money it was that they're going to get better. I mean, there's no guarantee they're going to get better anyway, but in this case, they had no chance of getting better at all.
Oh my god! So this is what it says about Baker's End, basically. Oh, I like that. Baker's End. We might use that. All right. So it says before moving to Arkansas, Baker had been arrested for practicing medicine without a license. He spent only one day in jail and was fined $1,000. However, his legal woes quickly escalated as Baker Cancer Clinic came under increased scrutiny. Arkansas Congressman Claude Fuller called for an investigation into Baker in May of 1938, only 6 months after the clinic opened. Authorities were subsequently, oh my god, I can't say the word.
Subsequently,
Subsequently able to arrest Baker for mail fraud due to him sending mailers. No, due to his
flyers.
sending mailers that claimed he cured cancer. Baker was convicted and sentenced to 4 years in prison. Afterward, he moved to Florida, where he lived on a yacht and died in 1958. Norman Baker, makes me think of Norman Bates.
I was going to say, you almost said Norman Bates, I think, but we're not talking about him.
Norman Baker was never prosecuted for swindling his patients out of millions. There are no concrete records of how many people he, quote unquote, treated or how many people died at the clinic. It is known that the basement kitchen of the hotel was turned into a morgue and bodies were kept in the walk-in freezer. For a place that was supposed to heal the sick, there may have been many undocumented deaths.
Right. Now I show here, it says, let's see, Baker's fraudulent practices. Okay. The hotel was later abandoned after Baker was arrested, which you talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2019, which wasn't that long ago, an archaeologist dig uncovered hundreds of bottles containing medical specimens believed to be from Baker's time, some of which contained human tissue. Ew!
Ew!
Yuck!
I just realized what you said. That's nasty.
Now, you want to talk about hauntings. Now, it's possible that's another reason why. That's pretty disgusting that they left behind that. Uh-oh.
Don't tell my mattress in a couple hours. I won't.
Okay, what's in a couple hours? Now you got me asking. Okay, that's not right. That's just wrong right there. Okay.
It's not my place to say anything.
Okay. I see here that the hotel, after all this craziness, after the archaeologists dig and whatnot, it says the hotel was restored and now operates as a hotel embracing its haunted history and offering ghost tours. So they do ghost tours. It says the ghostly encounters of this place, okay, which we already talked about. Michael, the Irish stonemason, who died during its construction, is said to be responsible for events in and around room 218. So anybody that wants to go here to this Crescent, hotel, spa, whatever they call it now, because I'm not really sure. I guess it's called the same thing. You check out room 218 because I guess Michael's there and he might come to visit you.
Well, damn, you just skipped a part of the whole. Like you just skipped ahead by a lot. Also, Haley told you what was in a couple hours.
Oh, just kidding, Mama. My birthday. Oh, well then, happy early birthday, Haley. No, yep. I'm not skipping anything. I'm just reading about the ghostly encounters.
Oh, well, I was going to talk about the start of the ghostly encounters that it says for years it was taboo among the staff at the Crescent Hotel to even talk about its ghosts and hauntings. The hotel's various owners feared that public knowledge of the hauntings would hurt the business. So they didn't want anyone to know.
Nowadays, that's what all these businesses want. They embrace it because it brings the people in droves.
Well, it actually changed a lot sooner than what I would have thought it would have, because I know in today's time it's okay to talk about the spookity woogity stuff. But apparently in 1997, when the Crescent was purchased by Elise and Marty Rodnick, I think, they wanted everybody to know about it. And that's who began offering the ghost tours first.
Mm-hmm. And that's just before... Yeah, even in 97, they still weren't big on talking about, ghosts. That was more of a...
Ray-Ray.
Hey, Ray-Ray! That was more of a taboo still. I don't even think the first ghost paranormal show, which happened to be, it was not Ghost Hunters, it was Paranormal State, if I remember correctly. It was one of the first paranormal shows I ever seen, and I want to say it started in like 99, 2000, somewhere in there,
Hmm.
before they ever started talking about that stuff. Because
Right.
as you said, it was taboo. You didn't talk about that, you know. But now today it's a big thing, and a lot of hotels they wanna they talk about it because hey, it brings people. It really does.
It's kind of interesting. It really is. So, are we still, other than that, are we still talking about Michael?
Uh, that was all I had on Michael, outside of the fact that he died during construction, and that he's around. There's a lot of events that go on around room 218.
Right. So, what I
I
have
mean, I
on
have other
Michael,
spirits, but go ahead if you have something else on Michael. Go ahead.
yeah. So, I have some stuff. It says that he's one of the most famous hauntings there at this hotel.
Well, he would have been the
Because
first.
yeah, so he, again, just like Mama said, he is one of the people who helped build the hotel in the 1880s. He did have an accident while working there, and he ended up dying tragically, unfortunately. Um, what I have is that it says he typically isn't seen, but there's no denying his presence. His spirit does reside, it actually resides in room 218, which may have been the site of his actual fall. That's what
Which
they're
sound
suspecting
makes it makes sense.
why he would haunt that particular area. So apparently, this gentleman, and I'm going to be nice and say gentleman, he favors the female guests and is not at all subtle about it. So what it says is women staying in room 218 have felt an unseen presence touch them on the shoulder. While showering, women have been frightened by the shower curtain suddenly being pulled back, even though no one is in the bathroom, or at
Maybe
least it
that's
seems
Norman
that way.
Baker. I mean Norman Bates, or no, it was Norman Baker.
Norman Baker, yes. Um, then it says during a ghost tour, a woman celebrating her 18th birthday wished to make contact with Michael. She went as far
Oh,
as to lie down on the bed in room 218. Her family played Irish folk music and poured a shot of Irish whiskey in an attempt to summon Michael. Although Michael kept his hands to himself on this occasion, the woman, her family, and the tour guide all saw the top dresser drawer open on its own. The
oh.
group made several attempts to reenact this bizarre occurrence by stomping on the floor and banging on the sides of the dresser, but the drawer would not budge.
Hmm.
Now, other chilling activities in room 218 include hands coming out of the bathroom mirror and doors opening and closing on their own. Even more frightening is the sound of a man screaming on the ceiling, and guests seeing Michael's ghost fall through the ceiling before vanishing. This could
Well,
be
you
very
would hear him
well
scream, I'm sure, when he
Michael.
fell.
Right. So people are saying that this is kind of like a residual haunting in this particular
Hmm.
part, because what they're thinking is that Michael is reliving his last moments before his untimely
Right.
death.
When he fell and he screamed, because I mean, I'd be screaming on my way down.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything about Irene Castle?
Uh, no, I do not have anything about her, but I have
Okay,
stuff
I'm
about
I'm showing.
Brecky,
Well,
Dr.
okay,
Ellis, and Morris, and then
okay.
obviously the cancer hospital spirits. Those are the people I have.
Well, I have a ghost that supposedly there resides there. Her name is Irene Castle. She was a dancer who died in 1969 and whose spirit is said to have been seen at the hotel also. And that's about all it says about her. And then there's also a ghost spirit called Theodora. Do you have anything about Theodora?
Mm,
She was a cancer patient who reportedly fumbled for her keys outside room 419.
I barely have anything about her.
Okay. So, do you have anything or other than I just said?
So what it says for me is that the her spirit resides around room 413. She's usually seen holding a set of
Four
keys. No,
419.
yeah, 419, not 419, not 413. I apologize. She's usually around there. She's usually holding a set of keys, and sometimes she is seen dropping them, but not often. Um, but other than that, that's all that it says for me. It just says that she typically hangs around that particular area, but it doesn't say that really interacts with people.
So okay. So do you have any other? Well, in her case, it sounds like a repetitive, you
Yeah.
know, a residual haunting because she's always around that room and she's always fumbling with keys, whatever. What other people do they name possibly to be there?
For the cancer hospital spirits, they have Norman Baker himself.
Oh, he's there. Well,
They,
of course he would be there. He should
they
be.
say that they've seen Baker's apparition in the hotel lobby as he's wearing his signature lavender shirt with his white linen suit. And it says,
Yeah.
although he died far from the hotel, his spirit was drawn back. One has to wonder if Baker is doing some sort of penance for his crime, his acts of crime he committed in life.
Well, it's possible that I would say, I don't know if I was a spirit, and I'm not, but if I was, and it was possible, I think I would have drug him back there to have to, you know, stay just like we do, as,
Mm-hmm.
the cancer spirits that
Purgatory.
are still there, that
Mm-hmm.
died a horrific death, believing in what he was doing was going to help them. When
Right.
he wasn't trying to help them, he was just trying to milk them of everything they had and felt no guilt for it, obviously.
So here's one for this particular hotel. As I said, Brecky is the nickname that they've given this ghost. So it's Clifton Brecky Breckenridge Thompson.
Hmm.
So that's where the Brecky comes from.
Okay.
Is the middle name. So he died at this hotel from complications of appendicitis when he was only 4 years old. His
Aw.
spirit is often spotted on the second floor hallway playing with a ball. Children guests at the Crescent have reported to their parents that they have played ball with a boy who lives in the hotel. The children describe the boy as having curly blonde hair and old-timey clothes. Interesting.
Well, it's kind of funny that I see they point out Dr. Norman Baker. They kind of consider him a serial killer. And I guess in a way you could see that.
I mean,
I could
yeah.
see, I mean, technically, he made people, believe that he might be able to help them with their illness, their cancer, when he knew damn well he wasn't, excuse me, but he wasn't doing anything. I guess that would make him a serial killer. It says here Dr. Norman Baker was not, in point of fact, a doctor at all. What he was a quack, a fraud. And
Quack.
you could certainly argue that he was a serial killer as well. Norman used his skills as an inventor and a genius to build business, take advantage of people, and he could talk his way into and out of any situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess in a way he was a serial killer.
Oh yeah, I would say that.
In
So the
today's world, because this was back in the 30s, but in today's world, I'm sure he would have been charged with just that, you know, being a serial killer
no doubt, no
because
doubt.
so many people died.
Mm-hmm. So something the last thing that I have in particular for this hotel that I was able to find is Morris. And what it says is that the hotel is not only haunted by people, but since the oh goodness, sorry, but since the late 90s, people have encountered a marmalade tabby wandering around the hotel. His name is Morris, and he died in 94. He was the hotel cat for years and was often referred to as the general manager.
Hmm,
So it says when
okay.
Morris died, but keep in mind we are talking about a cat. So it says when Morris died, 50 people attended his funeral, and a painting of him was hung in the main lobby. This phantom feline seems to still be performing his duties and is considered the newest ghost at the Crescent. Probably guest too, the newest guest and ghost.
Eh, whatever.
That was the last thing that I found about this particular hotel, and I thought that was the cutest thing to possibly leave it on,
Well,
despite the disgustingness we talked about with the other guy.
right. And I mean, this guy was something else because even though he did wrong, technically, I think you said he got 4 years in prison for one thing,
Yeah,
and he got a year in prison for something else. It really wasn't much, was it? That's total a whole what? A total of a whole 5 years. That's I don't know. It just doesn't seem like enough.
that's
And I
probably
can
why the
see
ghost brought his little ass back.
I I can see why there are so many unhappy spirits at this location. And then the ones that didn't die at the location, the bottles that they talk about digging up in 2019, you still had human tissue in them, I guess, from what they're saying. And in a way, that's a part of a person. And who knows? The person may have died, but come on, there's a part of them still there at that facility. They could have returned also. We don't know. Their spirit
Sus.
could be there too. I can just kind of imagine them all kind of grabbing onto him and holding on to him,
Mm,
keeping him in the place that he caused so much pain.
mm-hmm.
You know.
And it's well
Anyway,
deserved.
I guess we will move on to the next hotel we have here. Do you have the Hawthorne?
Uh, yes, that is the next one that I have. Let's go.
Okay, we're going. Hold on. I'm trying to
This
get to
one's
it.
fancy. It has like I like this one.
Now,
I wouldn't go here, but I do like it. I do be liking it.
okay, this is a hotel that is said to be haunted, and it is located in none other than Salem, Massachusetts,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
which, as we all know, that's where the witch trials took place. So now we're going to talk about this
Interesting.
one. So I'm gonna let you start this one out, Axe.
Oh, you heard me say interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm going to give some history about it. So, the hotel itself was named after Nathaniel Hawthorne. Salem's
Mm-hmm.
Chamber of Commerce and Rotary Club is wait, what? Oh, excuse me. He named after the author Nathaniel Hawthorne.
I was gonna say I
Salem's
thought I knew
Chamber of
that
Commerce
name.
and Rotary Club is responsible for this joint venture, the Hawthorne Hotel. It says over 1,000 residents and businessmen invested in the building under the plan to invigorate the town with a modern hotel. And they succeeded. Sometimes for the worst, to be honest.
They
So,
probably were trying to also try to get people's, to not think about the other hideous things that took place in Salem.
oh, of course. So construction finished in 1925, selling over $1 million of stock to locals. Further highlighting the hotel's history, a drive took place to raise money to commission a statue in the likeness of the hotel's namesake Nathaniel Hawthorne. It is located
Mm-hmm.
just a few yards away. Okay. So the site chosen for the Hawthorne Hotel is a piece of land once owned by the Salem Marine Society. Valuing their property, the group sold the land under the stipulation that they would be allowed to maintain their presence at the hotel once built. Okay. Keeping to the hotel's end of the bargain, the rooftop of the Hawthorne the rooftop of the Hathorne as the Topen, where the Salem Marine Society still meets to this day. But they're not alone. What specters reside at the haunted Hawthorne Hotel in Salem? What specters do reside? Those apparently go there with this particular society up on the roof a lot. That is some of the history right there. So, going to continue on with
Okay.
a little bit more history just before you pick up, Mama. So it says
Okay.
the Hawthorne Hotel officially opened for business with a 3-day celebration on July 21st, 1925. Such is its well-renowned grandeur that many famous people have elected to stay here, including Johnny Cash, Liza Minnelli,
Minnelli. Liza
Betty
Minnelli.
Davis, Betty Davis, former President George Bush, Colin Powell, Walter Cronkite, and the cast of the 1976 sitcom Bewitched, which also featured the hotel in one of its episodes.
Hmm.
You also had people like Vanessa Redgrave, who even lived there at the hotel for an entire month while she was filming her her TV show, Three Sovereigns for Sarah. Interesting.
Hmm.
This is a big hotel. It's got 6 floors, 150 rooms, a central lobby, 2 floors high. What?
It's only
Including
too
a
high.
mezzanine and a balcony. Oh my goodness.
Looks like it's more than floors high to me.
So no,
I'm
no, no.
looking at.
So the hotel is 6 floors.
Oh,
The
okay. I was gonna
central
say.
lobby is 2 floors.
Oh, okay. I got you. I misunderstood. Sorry. I
That's
apologize.
insane. No, it's okay. That's insane.
It says, I have here the Hawthorne Hotel has a long-standing reputation as one of the America's most haunted hotels. Okay, with paranormal activity reported for decades, guests have reported experiences like moving furniture,
Mm-hmm.
unexplained noises, and sightings of ghostly figures, particularly a woman and a crying child. Specific rooms such as 325. So if you ever want to go, 325 and 612 are often cited as hotspots for activity.
I
So
can't imagine with 612. I can't imagine why.
I don't know why.
Right.
Now it says that the unexplained events, there are numerous reports of doors opening and closing, faucets and toilets flushing on their own, and the ship's wheel in the tavern restaurant turning by itself. So that's got a tavern in it also. The hotel does. So
Ooh, the tavern. Let's go. No, let's not.
yeah,
All right.
right. Yeah, go get me a cold beer.
Yeah. So, do you remember the one thing that I always tell you when it comes to like building things?
About building things.
Yeah. Do you know what I always tell you? The one thing, like the things you should just never do when you build stuff is that you don't bend on Indian burial grounds, and you just don't build on top of the dead.
Yeah, you don't, because it's bad juju.
Yeah. Well, apparently
They
this.
did, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And right on top of sites where the Salem witch trials actually killed witches.
Ah, Jesus. See, I told you they were going to build this hotel to get rid of, try to get people to forget about what happened before. And what they do, they built it right on that.
Yep. Yep.
Holy
So
crap.
what I found is that Bridget Bishop,
Oh,
the
yeah.
first woman executed during the trials for practicing witchcraft, was said to have owned an apple orchard upon which this hotel was later built. Many
And
guests
she cursed
maintain
everything.
that they have encountered her very spirit within this hotel. In
I'm
front
sure they
of the
have.
6th floor, room 612, the apparition of a woman is often seen standing still. From time to time, she will wander up and down the hallway where room 612 is located. In the room, guests have complained that they are not alone, as if someone else is sharing the room with them.
Well, I wonder who it could be.
The very first woman executed during the witch trials, Bridget Bishop, haunts this room.
Yep, that's what it says. Salem Witch Trials. The hotel is located in Salem, Massachusetts, a town infamous for the 1692 witch trials. Excuse me, and some believe that the spirits are those of executed victims. Well, I wonder why.
Mm-hmm. And as far as what I found for room 325 on the 3rd floor, the only thing that I really found was that there have been several reports of hearing an unseen baby crying, lights turning
Mm-hmm.
off and on, and even water faucets inexplicably actuating. Others have reported numerous unidentifiable sounds. I don't know how you can not identify a sound. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. So what it
Right.
says is that one particular employee refuses to work nights ever again. During his evening shift and after cleaning a room, he went to get supplies and returned to find the room's entire configuration changed around.
Oh boy.
And that would stop me from working there too, because I'd be like,
Yeah.
excuse
I'd be like, wait a minute, am I in the same room I was in a minute ago?
exactly.
And then, okay, wait a minute, maybe I am, but what the hell happened while I was gone? So I see also that in 1997, there was a fire in the basement of this hotel, and it was considered to heighten the paranormal activity there. So it doesn't really say how the fire started, but they say that the fire in the basement did heighten the paranormal activity there. Which, think about it. Why would it heighten the? Why do you think it would heighten the paranormal activity?
What, fire?
Yeah,
Well, because for some witches, they were burned at the stake.
there you go. Bingo. So yeah, the basement catches fire. Spirits are there from, say, the Salem witch trials. It's like being burned all over again
Mm-hmm.
on that ground. That's some pretty freaky crap right there.
I just think it's incredibly insulting to build, to build on top of like a burial ground, because as I said, they used this orchard, Bridget Bishop's orchard, as one of the places to do the witch trials, and then you're
Right.
going to build on top of it because you think that's going to miraculously cover up the things that you did to these people, and it's not.
Remember what I just said about
Yeah,
the fires?
yeah.
I just looked down here. It says others suggest that fires that have occurred at the hotel. Now, see, they're saying fires, meaning more than one.
I believe it.
Okay. It says uh, others suggest that fires that have occurred at the hotel may be contributed to its paranormal reputation, which is none other than the witch trials.
Hmm.
They were burnt at the stakes.
And if people died during those fires, I believe that they're also there too. You just don't hear much about them as much as you would say someone like Bridget Bishop or
Yeah,
other
the
people
well
that were
known.
burned at the stake or hung or whatever.
Right. And I mean,
Stoned,
well, they
that's a
weren't
thing.
they were also crushed to death with stones.
Yeah.
Um we had a few here in New Hampshire that were, you know, I don't think they were in prison. They weren't. I don't know if they were burnt here, but I know I did some research back when I first started Silent Whispers Paranormal Society, and they had a witch in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, that she was judged to be a witch, and I feel the word judged is right.
Hmm.
Um, and like I said, she was imprisoned. Bad things happened automatically. They blamed you. If they didn't like you, they blamed you. Oh, it was you. You were a witch. You
Right.
did it. Okay. If my cow died, the neighbor that's a witch did it. Okay.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it didn't just happen in Massachusetts, in Salem. It happened in the New England states, to be honest. Probably happened throughout the 13 colonies if you do some research on it. But I do know it happened here also.
Right. I think all of the like 13 colonies had something to do with the witch trials, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, and the thing is, today, okay, I don't know if you know what a herbalist is. An herbalist.
Yeah.
It was somebody that deals in herbs. Like the
Mhm.
natives. The natives believed in healing medicines. With herbs.
Correct.
Or if you're Raylene, you say herbs. Herbs.
Herbs. Herbs.
Herbs. Not
Herbs.
herbs. Herbs. I love
Herbs.
you. But
It's
anyway,
herbs without an H.
um, so if you like the witch, the very first witch, and I don't remember her name right offhand, but the two children that they're I don't know if she worked for their
Herbs.
family. Yeah, It's herbs, not herbs. But she
The
worked
H
for the
is silent.
family, and she gave him, medicine or whatever. I don't know if they were feeling poorly, whatever, and she mixed it up automatically because she mixed that up to give to them. That made her a witch. So think of all the witches today. Any pharmacist, any pharmaceutical company that's making drugs, aren't they witches?
Technically,
Wouldn't
it,
they be? If
yeah.
they would have been considered witches back in
Mhm.
1692?
Anything to do with the earth and it being natural is
Exactly.
was considered witchcraft. And the
And like
thing
I
is,
said,
we
the
escaped
natives.
to come here so that we could practice our own religions. And what do when you start practicing your own religion? They call you a witch and then they burn you at the stake. They stone you to death. They hang you. They do all this crazy shit to you.
Yep,
So did you really leave a like for a better place, or did you just leave for the same damn thing?
really. And so now you have hauntings because you have so many spirits at unrest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't sit here and tell you right off the bat. I'm sure there is some information because Google's good for this, but um, I believe in Google, by the way. I'm sure I'm sure that you could probably come up with a number, and I bet you 10 to 1. Haley's going to check to find out how many witches were burnt at the stake in Salem, Massachusetts, before it ended. So here we go. Typing away, Haley. I know you are. I can, or even Raylene might be checking it out for me on Google.
Well, so
But
I have it. So it
oh,
said,
well, let's see if somebody else gets it first. I mean, I
"Oh,
know you got it first, but let's see if they get it. Something just
fine.
touched me. Hold on, something just touched my leg under my desk. Oh, holy crap! Oh,
What
oh,
is it?
nothing.
Is it
It,
the dog?
oh, okay, it's the cat. Hi, Midnight. Scared me. I thought it was a ghost.
Goodness gracious!
It's just my cat. It's okay. Everything, calm down. I'm good.
All right, who's gonna find it first?
Okay. I guess Haley's not looking.
Okay, then
I know
she could be
Raylene's
making
not looking.
she could be
Oh,
making dinner. She could be
oh,
making dinner.
oh. Okay, Haley's got it. Come on, Haley. Let's see what it is. I found 20.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, what do you got? Raylene, do you got an answer? Probably not, huh?
Raylene is busy watching. I will do Raylene's research for her.
Okay, go ahead.
So what I found is also 20 people. It says 20 people were officially executed during the Salem witch trials. 19 were hanged, and one man, Giles Corey, was pressed to death.
Because he
Additionally,
refused. Yep.
oh,
He is the one. He is the one that was pressed to death.
mm-hmm,
Okay. If you do any research about Salem, you will find that the sheriff, okay, of Salem tried to get him to confess because by this time, the sheriff had figured out anybody that he could get to confess was a witch, he could take their land.
mm-hmm,
And so he was doing this. He wanted this guy's land, and he took him to a field with a bunch of other people from Salem, and they started laying rocks upon him to crush him, and he refused. He refused to admit he was a witch or warlock or whatever the hell they called it back then. Um, and he told him, he cursed him with his last breath.
mm-hmm.
He told the sheriff of Salem, I curse you. You will die for what you have done. Okay. And I don't know if it's still going on, but I know that from that point, and I can't tell you how many years forward to now it happened. If I don't, maybe it's still happening. Every sheriff that has held the position of sheriff from that time to a certain point died of a heart attack
Mm-hmm.
in Salem. That's why it was so important for Salem to try, and it looks like I froze here. Okay, I'm good. Um, it they tried to change it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want people to come there and go, oh, this is Salem. I know what happened here. They
Right.
tried to rename it. They tried to build fancy buildings, such as this Hawthorne Hotel. They gave it the name of a famous author, but it doesn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
The spirits that were tormented to death or burnt, well, I mean, being burnt to death is a tragic way, crushed, hung, whatever, for something they didn't do. Um, yeah, they're going to be there and they're going to be mad as hell. I would.
Right. So continuing on with this, it says additionally, at least 5 more people died in prison. In total, the number of people who died as a direct or indirect result of the witch trials is estimated to be around 25. So then it breaks it down. It says 19 were hanged at Gallows Hill. One man, Giles Corey, was pressed to death with heavy stones for refusing to enter a plea. And then it says at least 5 others died in prison due to harsh conditions before their trials could be held. So the estimated, they don't even know for sure, the estimated total amount of people was 25.
Okay. So 25 in all.
Yeah, that's what I found. What happened? But now I have
Something
an
about an
avatar.
avatar.
You can see it now. It's yes, I did see it. I love it. It's cute. It's adorable.
Oh, look at that. I see it. I see the avatar.
That's her and her man's.
Oh, look at him. Awesome.
Yep. So that is what
So
I have found for Hawthorne Hotel.
that's pretty much, I don't think I found anything different either.
This one was a relative. We should have
Did you
started off.
did you talk about the 6th floor? Because I have some guests and staff have reported a sense of spiritual presence on this
I've
floor.
only talked about Bridget Bishop on that floor. I didn't talk about
Oh,
anybody
so
else because I didn't have anything.
it's possible that's who the presence is Bishop, you know. So, I mean, they talk about unexplained noises. We talked about the crying baby, the furniture being moved around.
Mm-hmm,
That
mm-hmm,
was the gentleman that walked out of the room, came back, and the room had changed.
mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think we pretty much covered that one.
Maybe we should have started off
So,
with this one. This one was short and sweet.
well, we're going to move on to the next one, which will be the Reed Roadhouse Historic Inn in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So, you got that pulled up there, Axe?
See,
Well, I'm pulling it up as we speak. Okay? I mean, I have it kind of pulled up over here, but
do I
I
have
don't
it?
like.
Is this what
I
I
don't.
had pulled up? This is one of the ones that I accidentally exited out of, and I was very upset by it.
Well, I'm sorry. The Reed House. What is it? The Reed House. No, it's the Reed Roadhouse. It's like Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. The Reed Roadhouse Historic Inn.
Where it?
In. Okay, let's see what I come up with here. Okay.
Maybe this
The
was it. I think.
It's the quarry appears to be a mixed up between 2 different historical inns. Okay. Wow. The Reed House is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay. So we'll go with the Reed House because that's the one we were looking for, not the Roadhouse, just the
Mm-hmm,
Reed House.
mm-hmm.
So let me see what we got here. I'm going to look that up. Okay. So it's like we got a
So
little bit of, a little
I
too
kind
much
of
of.
have like a bullet point timeline because that's the way that this, for some reason, that's the way that this website decided to do it. So let
Mm-hmm.
me give you a little bit of like the
You give me what
bullet
you
point
got.
history. So what it says is timeline of the Reed House Hotel. Says 1847, Thomas Crutchfield builds Crutchfield House across from Union Station in Chattanooga. In 1861, political differences divide brothers Thomas and William, and the hotel is sold. In 1863, Crutchfield House is converted into a hospital for Union soldiers. Again, here we go with the Union soldiers, by the way. So then in 1867, we have a fire burns Crutchfield House to the ground. In 1872, J.T. Reed opens the Reed House Hotel where Crutchfield House once stood. Then in 1875, historic flood decimates the Reed House Hotel and much of Chattanooga. Then in 1926, we have the Reed House was demolished and rebuilt as a historic hotel. That is a quick bullet point of what has happened to this particular hotel. There is obviously a lot of stuff that has happened in between.
Yeah,
such as
1927.
And all that kind of stuff. The drama and death at the Crutchfield House is something that I have to talk about, which happened in 1863. So there's that.
There's 1927, where in room 311, okay, the legend states that, and I'm not sure if I'm going to say this right, Annalisa Netherly, the legend states she was beheaded.
Damn. Oh, sorry.
Off with the head. In the bathtub of room 311. Do not stay in 311. By a jealous lover in 1927.
Her husband.
Well, it says jealous lover. I guess it would be her husband. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Well, it was either, so it's either her husband or it was the man she was sleeping with.
Well, jealous lover. And guests report paranormal activity in that room and others such as strange noises, flickering lights, and feeling a presence. Okay. Yeah, decapitation, that's harsh.
Yeah. Just get a divorce at this point, bro.
That's painful.
Some people are saying that she also, I don't know how you would behead yourself, but
oh, come on now, how could you behead yourself?
It says some say she was a loving and faithful wife who took her own life when she discovered her husband was having the affair.
What she do? Put her head in the window and slam it a few times?
I have no idea.
Well, I can't see her doing it. I mean, no, she couldn't have done that because they said she did it in the bathtub.
Exactly. That doesn't make sense. Her head was gone.
I can't even come up with a way that she
I can't even come up with a way as a fiction writer. Unless she was possessed by some demon that made her do it until her head was completely lopped off. But I highly doubt it.
Are you really going with the devil made me do it?
Yes. The devil made me cut my head off.
No. Doesn't make sense.
No.
I'll go with the jealous lover. Yeah. So
this hotel is a 10-story Georgian-style hotel. Ooh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
That still boosted the luxury of its former. So the current hotel that's there is a 10-story Georgian-style hotel, but it calls back to the Reed House Hotel and the Crutchfield House.
Okay.
So apparently what it says is that it's a magnet for the rich and famous, a place for indulgence and extravagance, and a place for murder and secrets.
Yeah.
Here we go with the murder and secrets again.
Yeah. Well, I have that some claim the rooms in the room 311. Okay, we're going to talk about 311 still. Some claim the room is haunted due to the land's history as a Civil War makeshift hospital and reported, of course, the murder in 1927, which we know was Annalisa's decapitation.
Yeah. So I found also that a lot of they're speculating that a lot of the hauntings are coming from the Civil War era, but they're also saying something about Crutchfield himself because of the falling out with the two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously there was charred remains of a man named Dr. John T. Reed.
Hmm.
I guess that was from. That's weird though. That's a little strange. But apparently
Well,
that was from when the hotel burned down.
yeah, I'm not showing anything about I mean, the hotel. I mean, I see this. It probably did, and I mean, I could see that in the Civil War,
Mm-hmm.
possibly burning down. I show here that during a recent renovations, the door to room 311 was unexpectedly difficult to open,
Mm.
requiring the workers to saw it off,
Wow.
further fueling its mystique. So that's kind of, I mean, they literally
So
had to
like,
saw
the door
they
would
couldn't
just
get
be
the
like
door
held
open,
shut.
so you got to saw it off. You got to saw the hinges off or something to get the door open, I guess.
That is strange. So like if it was like someone was holding the door shut.
Yeah, like they barricaded the door, maybe. I don't know. All
Interesting.
that's everything seems to kind of is around 311.
Well, 311 is the room that she was murdered in.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying everything is 311. There's other rooms, but 311 seems to be the hot spot.
The thing is that in 311, I can't imagine that it would be her though, because in 311 she was found in the bathtub.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that she would barricade herself in. The only thing I can think of is that maybe the makeshift hotel, or not makeshift hotel, but the makeshift hospital was potentially attacked when it's not supposed
No,
to be,
I
when
mean,
it's used
yeah,
as
I
a
mean, she
when it's
may
used
have
as a home.
tried. She could have tried to barricade herself in if the jealous lover was there and he said he was going to kill her. And
What
I
would she
mean,
be
come
doing
on.
in the bathtub though?
Well, she didn't. She barricaded the door. He got through the door, and then she ran to the bathroom, and he got through that door. I mean, come on, think about it.
But
You're
she
going to
was in the
try.
bathtub. Why would she be in the bathtub if she wasn't taking a bath?
Well, maybe he put her in the bathtub to cut her head off.
Oh, well, yeah. Sorry, I'm so
I
quiet.
don't.
I'm just like, that's okay, Haley. No problem.
You're fine. You're fine. Obviously, Raylene's quiet too. She only said herbs.
That's not what she
Herbs.
said. She also said happy birthday.
Well,
Don't
she said
lie.
happy birthday to Haley. Yes, I'm sorry.
Rude.
Herbs. Herbs.
Herbs.
No, no H. Herbs. But yeah, I mean,
Well, what I was thinking is that it
visitors
could
have
have
been.
also been that when it was a hospital that it could have been attacked,
Yeah, it could have.
even though it wasn't supposed to be. As we know, with field hospitals, you're not supposed to attack them. That was just one of the lines drawn in the sand between both sides. We don't attack your hospitals. We don't attack yours. That kind of thing. And they ended up doing that. And someone tried to barricade themselves in.
That's understandable. I mean, because yeah, I mean, it does say visitors have reported seeing ghostly soldiers
Mm-hmm.
and feeling uncomfortable sensations. So who knows? It could have been her. It could have been them. You said that the building burnt too, and I'm sorry, but during the Civil War, I know that a lot of towns, they lost their records, their like birth certificates and things like that because they were okay. Um, because I lost my train of thought.
So you also had the flooding. So obviously you know that people would have most likely died in the flooding as well.
Is
So
this
there's
somebody you know?
who?
You don't see that message? Obviously, she's reading.
Who the hell are you?
I don't know, but can you get rid of them?
I cannot. The good thing is that they are not on you, like on the actual YouTube page.
Okay. Thank God. I apologize for that comment.
They can't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to read it.
Yeah, they can't see it. So
Guess they shouldn't have been playing with a chainsaw. That's all I'm going to say.
And here we are talking about beheading.
Well, I guess in a way that was beheading. I guess. I mean, anybody that want to know what the thing says, just contact
No.
us later, and we'll kind of. Well, Haley can contact you, and I know Raylene's going to contact me.
Oh yeah.
So I'll tell him what it says. I'll tell Raylene what it says
People
if
are
she
crazy.
can't see that.
People are crazy.
Oh
Disgusting.
yeah, they're crazy, all right.
Hold on,
Well,
Haley.
I'm just going to say this: user PF4 Final Fantasy 7, because I know that's what that stands for. Because I used to be a Final Fantasy
No,
fan.
it's a bot. It's a fucking spam
I don't,
bot thing.
I don't care what it is.
Oh, here we go. Here's another one.
Here's another one. Susie, a
Oh,
gerbil
that
is
one's in there.
trapped. Oh, okay, whatever. So the one I'd say don't pick either one of them, because if you want to have kids, ain't neither one of them probably going to be able to give you them. Just saying. So don't marry either one of them. Are you reading the next one? Acts.
Sorry, I was doing some modding.
Okay. Whatever. Anyway, shall we go on? What did we finish this one? I'm so confused.
Yes.
Okay. So
Don't come back. Wait, hold on. No, I'm gonna say something. Don't come back in here with your nonsense. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't come back in here with your nonsense.
yeah, Susie V5G and user PF4FF7IX5J. Go away. We don't need you. Okay. May the ghosts we talked about tonight come scare the hell out of you. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe they haunt you. But anyway, it's okay. Final story. Okay. Here we go. Are you ready? This is the place that Raylene and I got to go last Friday. It is what da 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 da. Hold on, I gotta get to it. Oh crapola. There it is. It is the Mount Washington Hotel in what is it? Brentonwood, New Hampshire. And it's haunted. It is definitely haunted. I walked in the front doors, and the moment I walked in the front doors, it was like I was walking underwater. Very hard to breathe, very heavy. I pulled out one of my little things that I use sometimes when I'm out and about and I don't have all my other equipment with me. And the thing started talking. I always say when I'm going to record or say I have a spirit box going during an investigation, I will say that anything that wishes to communicate with us is more than welcome to communicate with us as long as it is not negative. If you are positive energy, you are more than welcome to communicate with me. No negative energy is allowed. So, Friday, the moment we walked in, I had my ghost tube going. And I said this in my head because, I had all these people around me. So, of course, I didn't want them to think I was crazy, even though I am a little bit, just a little bit. So the very first thing it said, now remember, I have just said anything here that would wish to communicate with me through this device I'm holding in my hand, you're more than welcome to, as long as you're a positive energy, not a negative energy. The first thing it said is, I can't. And I'm like, woohoo, okay, well, yeah, you can, but what's your name? Next thing I got, it said Peter. And so as we're walking through, checking out this hotel that opened, I believe it was 1903 is when it opened for the very first time, or 1902, I think it was, by the Stickleys. Um, And I'm walking around and I'm smelling. Now, this is a luxury hotel. Okay. The last thing you're going to smell in this hotel is something musty. But that's what I smelled was something musty, like something old. And of course, the hotel is old. Was that something I was picking up? I don't know. Um, I then kind of, my attention was caught by Caroline. I mean, I felt like I was being watched. And so I kind of kept walking because something just kept leading me down this like hallway. And when I looked up and I seen a balcony. And at first I thought there was a woman looking down at me. What it was a portrait of Caroline, uh, what's her name? Stickney, I think is how it's pronounced. Yeah, Stickney, looking down from the second floor up above. And it was a portrait that they had painted. They had blocked off the balcony and stuck. There's this portrait. And after doing some research, I found out um, that Caroline uh, would, well, to be honest, as I said, 1902 is when the hotel opened. A year later, she tragically lost her husband to a heart attack, which left Caroline to have to run this luxury hotel, and it's a massive hotel. Okay, I'm just look it up if you want to see a picture of it. Look it up. It's the Mount Washington Resort or Inn, and um, so she would stand up above and she would watch her guests, and she had her own private dining room, and she would invite certain guests to join her for dinner, and she'd stand in this balcony. Now, this is the same balcony that I took a picture of with the portrait. And she would stand there back in the day and she would watch her guests. And if they were dressed, if any of the females were dressed better than she was at that point in time, she would go back to her room and change. Now, her room was room 314. And about 10 years after her husband had died, she remarried, and she remarried a prince from France. And I'm not going to try to say his name. I'm going to let Axe probably say it because she's probably got all that stuff.
I do not. Sorry,
You don't
I'm
have. Oh, you're still doing your thing there with these people.
mm-hmm.
We're getting bombed here, so I don't know who it is. I don't really care.
Just dumbass people. Sorry,
Um,
dumbass people.
it says,
No life,
uh,
dumbass people.
oh, let's see. Well, hell's bells. I'll try to
So
pull
I'm trying to find but
the
my
husband's.
notes are probably different than yours. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let's see. Let me find my other notes here because I got some. I
She's
got my
got notes
notes right.
everywhere. She's got notes for days.
I got notes right here. Let's see. It says yes. The Omni Mount Washington Resort is widely considered to be haunted. Many guests, as well as employees, have reported paranormal activity. The hotel opened in 1902. Joseph Stickney was the owner. He's the one who had it built. He was the one that was married to Caroline. He died just over a year after opening the Mount Washington Hotel, leaving it to his widow, Caroline Foster Stickney, to run. It was a decade after her first husband died. She wed a French prince. Okay, and I'm going to kill his name here because, well, I can't speak French. Ooh la la. That's about all you're going to get out of me.
That is not French.
Okay, what is it?
Ooh la la is just
Okay.
ooh la la.
Okay, fine. What is it?
Oh my
Parlez-vous
goodness.
français?
Stop it.
Parlez-vous français? There you go. That's it.
Just continue.
That's my French. Anyway, his name, I guess, is I'm going to say it's Amand de Fossing.
Oh yeah, no, there's no way I would be able to say it.
Forget it. She married him around 1914, becoming a princess. Okay. Because she married a prince, well, of course, she became a princess. And she became known as Princess Caroline after her second marriage.
Mm.
So it literally does say that Caroline, or Princess Caroline, is said to roam the hallways of the hallway of where room 314 is. And as she's also seen in old photographs. Now, I'm assuming, I mean, well, I don't know if it's a photograph, a painting, a mural, whatever, because I wasn't up there. I took a picture of it. And she loves her room. And this room, 314, does get a lot of activity from my understanding. I don't know. I was informed that parts of this resort are closed off to the public, meaning you can't go there no matter what. So I don't know what part of it is closed off, but guests have reported experiences of smelling perfume, unexplained noises, being nudged and scratched. I don't think I'd want to be scratched, but
Mm-mm.
you know, there's been rumors of a phantom orchestra. I wish I'd have heard that when I was there the other day. Um, some visitors have reported hearing the sounds of a phantom orchestra playing in the hotel. I would assume it would be, I don't know, what they have like a, I don't know what it was called, where you'd have an orchestra. It'd be like a, I don't know, maybe they had an amphitheater type thing in there.
Well, what I found about like the most haunting like the most haunted thing that I've seen so far with this particular hotel is obviously the room 314, which
Hmm.
was Caroline's former room
It was her
herself.
personal room, yes.
Yeah. What I've found is that
Hello.
she has become the most prominent spirit to haunt this hotel. That yes, you have other spirits, but apparently she is the one that you see the most active, not just in this particular room.
Right.
So that's oh my, that's in my opinion that's very interesting that she because it shows that she's not just because normally you when you have hauntings you'll have like certain rooms in certain areas haunted, but
Right.
apparently with her or if you see a ghost it's usually
Yeah,
connected
she
to a certain area. But apparently with her, I guess maybe it's because her first husband built the hotel. She just wanders everywhere,
she
and people
does. I
will
mean,
see
I
her
show
everywhere in
here
this place.
you have visitors have reported seeing an apparition of a woman in a Victorian dress in the hallways.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the picture I have, and I can't really show it to you. I guess I could try to show it to you. Let me see if I can find it. Um, I would say she's wearing a Victorian dress in this picture. Let me see where she is. Where are the pictures? Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get it near the camera for y'all to see. Let me see. How's that? Can you see that?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a Victorian dress.
Mm.
So that's the balcony. That really is a balcony, but there's a mural or a painting behind the balcony now. And this is where she was said to have stood and watched her guests. Let's see if I can get one of the pictures of the hotel up there so you can see it. I don't know. It's not probably not going to work too well, but this is the hotel. It's a massive hotel. I mean, you can't where you see these trees on. It's going to probably be on this side. The big tall trees. That those trees are hiding a complete section of that hotel that you can't see.
Mm.
That's how big this place is. It's massive. There's I don't I mean it would have taken us hours to walk through this whole hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, the hotel's response to being haunted, if somebody asks the hotel, "Are you haunted?" And you know how a lot of places would go, "Oh, no, no, we're not haunted. That's just, people just want to make that up. We're not haunted at all." The hotel's outlook on it is, you know,
Well, up, baby.
The hotel acknowledges it's a haunted, it's haunted, and they don't shy away from its history. The guests you can even request, and I'm sure it's going to cost you a pretty penny, but you can even request
I'll be right back.
Caroline's room 314. Um, I checked out. I think $1,800 was one of the highest rooms. I think is what I read, but I may be wrong. I don't know if Raylene's still out there. Was that the highest room? Was it 1,800 or was it 2,000? Depending on and it depends on the time of the week it is. Depends on the time of the year it is. I guess January and April are the best months to get the best deals, something like that. Um, there is activity. I did see an elevator. I wasn't, keen to get in the elevator because it kind of looked old and kind of creepy and scary. And but it says here, elevator activity. The elevator has been known to open on the third floor on its own without anyone calling it. So that's kind of creepy.
The
Objects.
pooch is happy.
Okay. Objects tend to move around. Guests report the objects have moved or disappeared and then they reappear in their original spot. Well, that's a trickster ghost that they love to do that when they want to be noticed. Let's see, we have some other sightings here. Let me see if I can pull them up. Just a second. I'm working two computers here.
Okay, so I was gonna do one.
Other reports include seeing a shadow with a stovepipe hat on a wall and seeing bright orbs of light. Now, I'm wondering if that might not be Mr. Stickney, because I would assume he would have probably worn the stovepipe hat.
That's possible.
I didn't look up a picture of him. I'm going to do that right now. Let's see what Google can come up with. Let's see if they have a picture of him and see if he's wearing what they call a stovepipe hat. Go ahead with what you were going to say, Ak.
Well, I was going to read a scary encounter that took place in room 314, the princess's room. So, this is a spooky story from an employee that actually works there. So it says, in 1997, I was working as a housekeeper and had to clean room 314, the princess's room. I went to service the room that newlyweds were staying in, and I knocked on the door and there was no answer. I opened the door, went in, and there was a little girl sleeping on the bed. Immediately, I went into the hallway to see my inspector and told her I couldn't clean the room because a little girl was sleeping. She said that was odd because the guests were newlyweds and nobody else was registered. She asked me to leave a note that I was coming back in an hour to service the room. I went back in the room to leave the note on the table. I walked in the room quietly to not wake the little girl up. When I looked at the bed, instead of a little girl, there was a woman staring right at me with the most scary smile on her face. She had black hair and was wearing a white dress. I got chills down my spine and I just stood there frozen. She sat on the bed and kept staring at me. I ran out of the room and told my friend, who was also a housekeeper. We both went back into the room and no one was there. I still have a hard time trying to remember that incident, and I get chills every time I speak about it. I have many friends that have worked there, and I heard a lot of scary things that happened. Oh, the day before this happened, my friend and I took pictures of ourselves on the princess's bed. Everybody tells me that I made her upset by doing that.
I bet. Now, I'm not sure if anybody's going to be able to see this, but this is a picture of Joseph Stickney. And no, he's not wearing the hat. Okay. But, let's see if I can get it in close enough. If you look right there, I would bet you that's called a smokestack hat.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Can you see that?
A little bit, yeah.
It's right there. So Yeah, that's probably him that they're seeing.
Interesting. So even he haunts the hotel, and he didn't even die there.
Well, yes, because that was his dream. I
Yeah,
mean,
he died
hold
within a
on.
year of building it. Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see. Stickney, the builder of Mount Washington. Let's see if I can find a little bit of history on him because I know that. Let me see. We'll do history. Okay. Uh,
Okay, while you're
okay.
looking for that, I have one more spooky employee
Okay.
ghost
I
story.
I found it,
Oh,
but go
never mind.
ahead.
Go ahead then. You go ahead.
Okay. It says Joseph Stickney was a New Hampshire-born industrialist who built the Mount Washington Hotel, which opened in 1902. He made his fortune in the coal business in Pennsylvania and had previously purchased and expanded the nearby Mount Washington Hotel before constructing the new, larger resort. So there was already something there that he obviously had bought and expanded it, but then he built this massive thing now that's there. Okay. It says, before constructing New Hampshire, larger resort. Stickney died suddenly in 1903, less than a year after the hotel's grand opening. So, yeah, why wouldn't he haunt it? He didn't really get to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he put, his time and money into it, and then he was gone that quick. He died of a heart attack. And he
Right.
didn't die in the hotel, he died in New York,
That's
one
crazy.
of his other properties,
Mm-hmm.
because they had three houses. They had three homes, is how they put it. One was the Mount Washington Resort.
Mm-hmm.
There was one in New York, and then there was another one. I want to say it was in Paris. Was their other home, their third home. So I mean, he began the construction in 1900. It took 2 years to build, and then he died the very next year, not even a year later. So yeah, that he didn't really. He was 64 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't really get a chance to do it,
Right.
do
To
much
enjoy it.
there.
Right.
It says Stickney tragically died just 1 year after the hotel opened in 1903 at the age of 64. He is famously quoted as saying, "Look at me, for I am the poor fool who built all of this." Okay, on the opening day of the hotel, whatever.
Which
So
is,
he was
it's interesting or ironic, I
this
should say, considering that the his wife became rich from it.
exactly, but not only that, they say they see this gentleman figure. Okay, he's been reported, a man with the smokestack or stove top, whatever hat, which was that hat I showed you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, once again, he's appearing. Maybe, his famous quote was, "Look at me." Could he still be going, "Look at me"?
Right.
So basically, that's where I mean, you have anything there you want to talk about?
Oh
Axe?
yeah, I have one more ghost story.
Okay.
So, an employee ghost story, I should say. So it says in the late 80s, early 90s, when the hotel was still only seasonal, I was working alone in the ballroom late in the fall just before shutdown. That time of the year always seemed to have more ghost activity, like they knew we were all leaving soon. Makes sense. It really does
Hmm.
make sense. Um, I had been working on the floor and was resetting the room for a large meeting. The ballroom had super heavy curtains on the windows at the time, and I had to close them all. I was moving chairs from the other side of the room, and at one point, the curtains started flowing as if someone had a hold of them and was waving them back and forth. I checked all the doors and windows, and nothing was open. It made me wonder if someone was messing with me. I set a chair down and stood back up. And clear as day, I saw a woman standing there in the hoop style dress. Without even thinking about it, I started to leave. But then halfway to the door, I went back to see if it was someone playing a trick. I went back out into the middle of the ballroom and was facing towards the lobby of the hotel when it felt just like someone brushing past me. I guess it wasn't a trick. I guess it wasn't.
Well, I'm going to tell you my experience. And like I said, I can't speak for Raylene. Like I said, I don't know if she's still there or not. I myself, as an empath, the moment I walked into that hotel, well, I was in awe coming up the mile long, driveway or whatever to the resort. And I will honestly say, I could feel presence of many, many people from not our time period, but back in the day. They were all around us. And that's just my outlook. I mean, I was amazed. It was a place I always wanted to go check out, and I finally got to.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, it is haunted.
Yep.
There is a lot of energy in that hotel that nobody's ever going to get rid of it.
No.
Okay. And I'm thankful that the hotel itself has no problem saying, yeah, come visit us. We're haunted. We don't have a problem with it. And you see, that's the way it should be with a lot of hauntings. People just need to realize that there was a lot of history there before they moved in. I mean, we still have a lot of older houses up here, 200, years old 200-year-old houses or more.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got to learn to live with the spirits that may still be in those homes. You can learn to live together. It's not a problem. You don't got to be scared of them. Not everything is that scary. I know some people have had some issues, Haley. I think you've told us about them.
Mm-hmm.
But, some of the stuff, you can just learn to live with it. I mean, we can learn to cohabitate together, the spirits of then and us of today.
Right. Of course.
So that's where we're going to end this show tonight with
Yeah.
Mount Washington. Like I
Yeah.
said, anybody that wants to check it out, just look up Mount Washington in New Hampshire, and you'll see some of the pictures. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's a little out of my pocket, but hey, I didn't have a problem going up there and walking around.
Mm-mm.
You know, I probably couldn't go and rent the Princess Caroline suite, but
I don't think I would want to.
I would. I'll tell you right now, anybody listening that is manager of the Mount Washington Resort, you want me to come and do an investigation? I'll come do it for free because I don't charge. You give me the princess's room, and I'll come in and I'll get you some evidence, and we'll be all good. How's that? What's the next episode?
Very good
Well,
question.
probably haunted asylums,
Yeah, probably.
institutes, asylums, those things.
Yeah.
And I know, Haley, you've been wanting that one.
Yeah. I just needed a break in between the prisons and the asylums. I really did. Because I just was not, I could not handle two back-to-back nasty things in a row.
Anyway, I thank
But yeah,
y'all for coming and listening to Axe and I again tonight.
apologies for all the spammers.
Yeah, I don't know if they could see that or not. I do apologize for them.
I was getting rid of them. As they came in, I was getting rid of them. I was quick. I was quick with it.
Okay, Haley, well, let us know what information you've gathered and which one you're talking about, or you can just talk about it yourself if you want to.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get you on the show
next week. Yeah.
Maybe we can keep you in there. You won't blink in and out on us. We already tried
Timothy
that once.
isn't going to be here, right? No, he's going to be on his merry little way.
Who?
Timothy, your son.
Oh, no. My son, like I said, I don't know if he's going to get here or not, but no, he'll be gone by Sunday.
Right.
But never know.
Never know. Never know. All right, guys.
All right,
thank
everybody.
you so much for spending time with us. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you loved this episode. Per usual, You know, we just sit here and we talk about paranormal stuff. We give you the history, we give you the facts about the hauntings, and you guys come up to your own conclusions.
Right.
We're not going to force anything on you. You don't
You
have to
either
believe it.
believe.
You can believe it. You can do whatever you want with it. But at least
Exactly.
you're here spending time with us, and that's the important thing. So thank
That's
each and every one of you.
exactly. So we're gonna say goodnight. God bless. Hope y'all sleep great. We love you. Join us again.
Mwah! Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.